The Seattle Seahawks dropped their first NFC West game of the season, falling 42-7 to the LA Rams at CenturyLink Field.
Tremendous showing by the Rams. They played fantastic football from start to finish. Really owned the field all day long. We were in terrible field position throughout. Could knock our way out of it, and they took full advantage of that with a bunch of short drives and just executed well enough to have a fantastic game. We've not seen us play like that and seen that kind of result.
It was a tough game from the opening drive for the Seahawks, which ended in a turnover, and the team never fully recovered.
We just got behind early, and we weren't able to get the run game going. We had to go up tempo a lot sooner than we would want to. And, we were trying to play catch-up, and, we were hurting ourselves with critical penalties.
The game kind of got out of hand really quickly. They have, I'm not sure how many they had in the first half, but they got 30 or whatever in the first half, and so that's rare. So when you're playing a really good team too, I mean they're not just anybody. They're playing great all year. It was a little tough.
Keeping Russell Wilson on his feet and away from pressure was a challenge all day for the offensive line, as the Rams pass rush sacked the QB 7 times.
Well, it was really hard. It was really hard. I really thought that we would do better. The situations rolled so much in their favor in terms of the down and distance. It was easy to know what we had to throw the football. We're backed up and we're behind the sticks consistently. That's not how we wanted to play this game, and to give them that advantage where they can come roaring off the football, and they were able to do that.
The Seahawks defense had a tough time slowing down running back Todd Gurley, who had 4 touchdowns on the day, 3 of those coming on the ground as he rushed for 152 yards.
Well, we tackled poorly, there's a play there where we missed 3 tackles in a row. Sometimes we play a game we don't miss 3 tackles in a whole game. We're all in one play. So we didn't handle Todd Gurley very well. He was on fire, but schematically we let some things go. We made some mistakes too. They got the ball out there.
He did an awesome job. I can't take that away from him. He opened up the run game, perfectly for them. And that's something they want to do. They want to come and run the ball, and that's exactly what they did. They beat us in all 3 phases today.
Field position also played a big role today. The Rams' Pharaoh Cooper had 128 yards on just 7 punt returns as the Rams started several of their drives in Seahawks territory.
Cooper did great. He came in with really good-looking stuff and good numbers and scheme and all that. We have a lot of respect for the way that they do their things, but that was a huge factor in the game, and big field shifts, and the field position kept going in their favor. They were able to keep us backed up and start with such great field position.
There's a strong message after the game, but really is no different whether they win or they lose, as they're already looking ahead to their next opponent.
The key is to learn from it, study what we can get better at, and then process it like any other game. Like I said, like any other win or loss, we gotta be super accountable, hold each other accountable, and come together and figure out how we can be that much better and find a way to make some key plays when we need to.
It's like you move on from a win, you got to move on from a loss, no matter how big the win is, how big the loss is, how little it is. So, we're all professionals in here. We all have a job, and our job is to move on and get ready for the next task at hand, which is Dallas.
The Seahawks now dropped to 8-6 on the season, but they are still in the hunt for the playoff picture. Next up, the team heads on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys in Week 16.